Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Ketubot page 9, which discusses the story in the book of Shmuel, where King David saw this beautiful woman by the name of Sheva, and even though on the surface she was married to a man by the name of Uriah Hittite, he nonetheless took her and ended up marrying her. Now the question that many ask is, how did David do such a thing? What right did he have? And on this we know that Uriah Hittite eventually was sent to the front lines for rebelling against the king, and he ended up dying. And because of that, so David and Sheva became, and they were husband and wife. But the question is, what right did he have to do all this to begin with? And on this, the Talmud tells us something quite fascinating. It says that Kol hayotze lemilchamat beit David, any time a person would go out to war, any soldier that was about to go to the battlefield, get krisos kosev l'ishto. It actually sounds a little bit sad, but before a man would go out to war, he would actually write a divorce document. He would divorce his wife. And because of this, it's understood that Uriah Hittite, who was also a soldier, must have done the exact same thing to Sheva. And because of that, Sheva was actually not married to Uriah Hittite. Now, why did Uriah Hittite, or every other soldier for that matter, write a divorce document to their wife? Why would they do such a thing? And the answer is because they were showing a great level of love and care to their wives. Because as we know, in the event that a man dies, but you're unaware that it actually took place, there weren't witnesses to that effect, so this woman could be waiting her entire life to be able to find out the status of her husband. And until that time, she is in this state of limbo. She's what's called an aguna. And because of that, we said every single person who goes to war, and certainly back then, people could have died and no one would have known definitively whether or not the person died. All eyewitnesses may have died as well, or possibly they would have died and no one would be able to report back that this is what happened. So because of this, this was the great level of love that every man showed, that they divorced their wives. And therefore, after a long time goes by, she would understand that her husband is never coming back. Of course, if he does come back, they'll get remarried. But if he doesn't come back, she'll be able to move on. And this is the reason why, even though on the surface it looks like what King David did was totally wrong, but the truth is, Sheva at the time was not married.